There isn't a single draft in any of our major sports histories where the first 10 players picked turned out to have the 10 best careers. Whether it's human factors, off-ice issues, career-ending injuries, or simply misjudging the prospect's upside, every draft is riddled with stories of luck and risky decisions. Of course, scouting and drafting isn't an exact science, which we all know is a pretty trivial statement to begin with. The art of assessing, evaluating, selecting, and then finally developing draft picks into quality players varies in both scope and execution from team to team. Hindsight has allowed us to identify the good from the bad, and for every questionable pick teams may have made in early portions of a draft, there are plenty of examples of later round redemption. Mock Draft 2.0, Sabres hit jackpot, but lottery prizes aplenty after no. 1. Take the New York Rangers in 2007 as one example of how coming away empty in the early rounds doesn't make an entire draft a failure. Neither player chosen with their first 2 picks, winger Alexei Cherepanov, 17th overall, and goalie Antoine Lafleur, 48, ever played an NHL game, with the skilled Cherepanov's tragic death from heart failure just over a year after being drafted. The Rangers did, however, strike gold in the 6th round, where they took Carl Hagelin, a 2-time Stanley Cup champion with Pittsburgh after being a critical piece to several contending Rangers teams. Plenty of failed prospects once considered locks to climb an uninterrupted trajectory toward NHL stardom have made the savviest of scouts and GMs look bad, and the best way to avoid this and validate a given draft class is by drafting well in the later rounds. And although the term "draft well" is subjective, a common barometer to measure a given team's success at the draft table is the number of NHL games played by a late-round pick. You'll find at least 2 or 3 players every year who develop into quality NHL players after being picked outside of the draft's traditional sweet spot of rounds 1 and 2. Nonetheless, we are only a few days away from the draft itself. Its depth and talent, plus the rapidity in which recent picks are making it to the NHL, should give the majority of NHL GMs a far thicker tightrope to help them cross the dark chasm of draft day failure. Let's take a look at some of the prospects who could either hear their names called early or be forced to sweat it out until the later rounds. 2018 rankings, Dolan, Svechnikov create 1A-1B situation, a top-class stock rising 1. Rasmus Sandin, LHD, Sault Ste. Marie, Ol, a solid all-around puck rusher with few holes in his game. Sandin was Sault Ste. Marie's best defender during the Ol playoffs. Big board rank 13-2. Vitaly Kravtsov, RW, Chelyabinsk, KHL, playing in the KHL as a teenager helped this skilled winger's stock. But his scoring is what opened a lot of eyes. Big board rank 17-3. Blake McLaughlin, LW, Chicago, USHL. McLaughlin is one of the draft's best playmaking wingers, and was carrying Chicago's offense in the second half. Big board rank 25-4. Martin Kaut, RW, Pardubice, Extraliga. Teams like Mature Kids and Kaut's play and regular contributions in the elite Extraliga should make him a first-round certainty. Big board rank 44-5. Jonathan Berggren, LW, Skellefteå J20, Superlit. Dominant league play combined with strong international tournament play usually is a recipe for getting your names called on the draft's first day. Big board rank 46 more. Why Andrei Svechnikov's star potential is on par with Rasmus Dahlin, stock falling 1. Rasmus Kupari, C. Karpat, some LIIGA, skilled finesse enters dynamic performance during summer. Ivan Helinka looked more and more like an anomaly during up-and-down season. Big board rank 18-2. Ryan Merkley, RHD, Guelph, Ol, Sublime playmaker once considered a possible top 10 pick, remains a defensive zone liability with a lot of room for improvement in other areas as well. Big board rank, 47-3. Kalen Addison, LHD, Lethbridge, WHL, offensive defenseman is fun to watch but takes shifts off when deep in his own end. Big board rank, 58-4. Philip Johansson, RHD, Lex Sands, J20, quality defense, good size and mobility, not enough to overcome limited ceiling offensively. Big board rank, 75-5. Alexander Kovanov, C. Moncton, QMJHL, off-season illness knocked this elite passer's season off track and made him look slow and one-dimensional. Big board rank, 97, can't get enough NHL draft information? Steve Corniana's 2018 draft report includes nearly 200 scouting reports on this year's top prospects, in-depth previews for all 31 NHL teams, a 2-round mock draft and more. Purchase here for $5. Top 2018 NHL Draft Sleepers. 1. Alexander Alexeyev, LHD, Red Deer, WHL, big kid with quick feet and a tremendous understanding of the game. Can fill any role and eat a lot of minutes. Big board rank, 27-2. Curtis Douglas, C. Windsor, Ol, earning an NHL job would make this 6'9" pivot a physical oddity, but his soft hands, deceptive speed and compete level will help him stand out even more. Big board rank, 62-3. Michal Kvasnicka, RW, Trinek U20, Extraliga JRS, swift skating winger who plays a power game and can score off the rush. Big board rank, 49-4. Oscar Back, C. Farjestad J20, Superlit, the best passer among Sweden's top draft-eligible centers, has drool-worthy size, 6'3", and is tough as nails in all three zones. Big board rank, 65-5. Billy Moskal, C. London, Ol, two-way center with a high hockey IQ, saw his production explode after London traded away all their big names. Big board rank, 109 more. For polarizing talent, Brady Tkachuk, rewards outweigh risk. 6. Matthias Pettersson, C. Muskegon, USHL, hard-nosed center with skill in all areas, mixes skill and physicality during every shift. Big board rank, 110-7. Emil Zuravyov, LHD, Urbis Kazan, MHL, hard-shooting blue liner with a good wheels, could be a key cog for next year's Russian under-20 World Junior squad. Big board rank, 114-8. Akira Schmid, E. Langnau, elite junior. A. Swiss netminder put on a clinic during several high-visibility tournaments and plays his best when he's under pressure. Big board rank, 143-9. Chase Wouters, C. Saskatoon, WHL, tough two-way competitor with a non-stop motor and the ability to make quality plays off the cycle. Big board rank, 153-10. Wyatt Wiley, RHD, Everett, WHL, poised rearguard with sound instincts, makes a lot of clean plays and developed into a top defenseman for a contending team. Big board rank, 188. Steve Cornianos is the founder of TheDraftAnalyst.com, a blog dedicated to the NHL Draft. He is a former prospects writer for ESPN.com and worked briefly for the Associated Press and McKeen's Hockey. He also covered the Boston Bruins, the All and Hockey East for SportsTicker, and was a minor league baseball editor for House Sports Data.